What if you had a stroke right now and no one knew? It's a haunting thought, but for millions of seniors who live alone, it's more than just a worry. It's a real and present danger. Meet Franklin Moore, a 76-year-old widower and retired electrician. He's fiercely independent. He cooks his own meals, fixes his own leaky faucet, and even grows tomatoes in the backyard. But in the quiet of the night, Franklin can't shake a chilling fear. What if I fall and no one comes? What if I get scammed and have no one to ask for advice? What if something happens and days go by before anyone notices? He's not alone in this. Over 27% of older adults in America live alone. Some thrive, but many are one slip, one silent heart attack, or one scam call away from tragedy, and they don't even realize it. So here's the big question. How do you stay safe when no one is there to help? Today, we're diving into 5 powerful ways seniors can live alone without living at risk, just like Franklin did. These aren't just tips. They're life-saving strategies that every older adult should know. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button so you never miss content that can protect your health and independence. And if you care about someone aging alone, stay with us. This could change everything. What major risks seniors face when living alone? Risk number 1: medical emergencies without timely help. It happened on a Tuesday morning. Franklin Moore, 76, got out of bed feeling a little dizzy. He assumed it was just low blood pressure and shuffled toward the kitchen. But by the time he reached for the coffee pot, his hand was trembling. Then, his speech slurred, and he collapsed onto the floor. It was a minor stroke. He laid there for nearly an hour before he was able to crawl to his phone. That hour could have cost him his life. Medical emergencies like this aren't rare. In fact, for seniors living alone, they're inevitable. A silent stroke, a sudden heart attack, a dangerous dip in blood sugar. Even a simple fall can become a death sentence when no one's there to respond. Every minute counts. But when there's no one checking in, help might not arrive for hours, or even days. Franklin survived, but it left him shaken. He kept asking himself, what if I hadn't reached the phone? The truth is chilling. Living alone without a safety net makes seniors incredibly vulnerable to health crises that can escalate in minutes. It's not about being weak. It's about being human. And when seconds matter, being alone can cost you everything. Have you thought about what might happen if no one checks in on you tomorrow morning? Risk number 2: threats from crime and scams. One quiet afternoon, Franklin Moore received a phone call from someone claiming to be from his bank. The voice on the other end was professional, polite, and urgent. "Mr. Moore, we've detected fraudulent activity on your account. To secure it, we need you to verify your card number and social security details." Franklin's heart skipped a beat. It sounded real, but something didn't feel right. He hung up and called the bank directly. There was no fraud. That day, Franklin narrowly avoided losing thousands of dollars. But not all seniors are so lucky. Older adults, especially those living alone, are frequent targets for scams. Criminals know there's often no one nearby to double-check things or raise a red flag. Common tactics include fake IRS or Medicare calls, emotional pleas from grandchildren needing money fast, emails with phishing links disguised as bills or package updates. And it doesn't stop at the phone. Physical home security is another issue. Franklin once forgot to lock his back door and woke up to find muddy footprints in his hallway. Nothing was stolen, but the message was clear. Someone had been inside. Living alone can make you seem like an easy target. Weak locks, poor lighting, no visible activity around the home. They all invite trouble. Franklin learned the hard way that staying safe means staying alert and never assuming it won't happen to me. Have you ever questioned a suspicious call or knock at the door? Share your story in the comments. You could protect someone else. Risk number 3. Emotional impact of loneliness. At first, Franklin Moore didn't think much of it. After his wife passed away, the evenings grew quieter, but he told himself he was just adjusting. He kept busy with his garden, read the newspaper front to back, and filled his days with routine. But slowly, something shifted. He began sleeping more during the day, skipping meals, and forgetting why he'd walked into a room. The energy he once had just disappeared. He wasn't sad exactly, just numb, disconnected. That's when it hit him. He was lonely, and that loneliness was changing him, not just emotionally, but physically. Studies show that chronic isolation in older adults increases the risk of depression and anxiety, heart disease and high blood pressure, cognitive decline, and dementia. In fact, loneliness has been equated to smoking 15 cigarettes a day when it comes to its impact on health. What makes it worse is that it creeps in silently. You might think you're fine until you're not. Franklin used to go days without speaking to another human. No phone calls, no visits, just silence. And the longer it lasted, the harder it became to break out of. Loneliness doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like forgetting to shave, or not opening the curtains, or simply not caring if anyone calls. Have you noticed the quiet growing louder lately? You're not alone, and it's never too late to reach out. Risk number 4. Falls and injuries that go unnoticed. It happened so fast. Franklin Moore was walking through his hallway when his foot caught the edge of a loose rug. One second he was upright, and the next he was on the ground, dazed, in pain, and struggling to move. He tried to get up, but couldn't. His hip was throbbing, and the floor felt cold beneath him. With no phone in reach and no one to hear him, Franklin lay there for almost an hour before he could crawl to a chair and pull himself up. That single fall became a turning point. Falls are the leading cause of injury among seniors, sending millions to emergency rooms each year. But when you live alone, a fall isn't just painful. It can be catastrophic. Even minor accidents can spiral into major consequences. A broken hip can lead to loss of mobility. Head injuries may go unnoticed without immediate help. Prolonged time on the floor can lead to dehydration, pressure sores, and even organ damage. What's worse? The fear of falling again. It makes many seniors restrict their movement, stop exercising, and withdraw from daily activities, ironically making future falls more likely. Franklin realized something crucial. Fall prevention isn't just about safety, it's about survival. Living alone means you must think ahead, because if no one sees you fall, no one can help you back up. Have you made your home fall-proof yet? Let us know in the comments what changes made the biggest difference for you. Risk number 5. When help comes too late. One stormy night, Franklin Moore was making tea when the power suddenly cut out. In the pitch black, he reached for his flashlight, but it wasn't where he thought it was. Disoriented, he stumbled into a chair and fell hard. His phone? In the other room. No lights, no way to call for help. It took him over 30 minutes to get back on his feet. Now imagine if it had been a fire, or a heart attack, or a gas leak. When you live alone, every emergency becomes a race against time. And if you're not prepared, that race can be over before help arrives. Here's what Franklin learned. Most seniors wait until after something goes wrong to create an emergency plan. But by then, it's already too late. Without a plan, paramedics may not be able to enter your home. Essential health info might not be available. You may be unable to call for help at all. Every minute lost can mean the difference between a full recovery and a tragedy. Now, Franklin keeps emergency contacts by the phone, wears a medical alert pendant 24/7, and has a lockbox outside with a spare key for responders. Because he knows now, living alone doesn't mean being unprepared. It means being proactive. What's your emergency plan? Drop your tips in the comments. It might save a life. 5 essential solutions for living alone safely. Solution 1. Set up a daily check-in system, a simple habit that can save your life. After the fall in his hallway, Franklin Moore couldn't shake a single terrifying thought. What if I hadn't been able to get up? What if no one noticed for days? That night, he picked up the phone and called his niece, Carla. Together, they set up a simple check-in routine. Every morning at 8 a.m., Franklin sends her a quick message. Good morning, all's well. If Carla doesn't hear from him by 9 o'clock, she calls. If there's no answer, she knows it's time to act. This habit changed everything. For seniors living alone, the most dangerous thing isn't falling. It's not being found. A check-in system ensures that if something goes wrong, someone will know, fast. Here are simple ways you can create one. Pick a check-in partner, a neighbor, friend, or family member who's dependable. Set a time, morning or evening. Consistency is key. Choose a method, text, call, or even a smart home device. Stick to it. Build it into your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth. Franklin even added a backup. If his phone isn't touched by noon, a motion sensor in his home sends an alert to Carla. You don't have to give up your independence to stay safe. You just need someone looking out for you. Do you have a check-in routine yet? If not, now's the time. Share your ideas in the comments below. Solution 2. Emergency preparedness. A plan could save your life. Franklin Moore used to think emergencies were things that happened to other people. That is, until the morning he collapsed while reaching for his coffee. Dizzy and unable to speak clearly, he realized he might not even be able to dial 911 in time. That day changed everything. Now, Franklin has a clear, simple emergency plan, and he's made it part of his daily routine. Step 1. Make key information easy to access. Franklin keeps a written list of emergency contacts by the phone, a large print medical info sheet on his fridge, listing medications, allergies, and health conditions. His smartphone programmed with ICE, in case of emergency, contacts that paramedics can access, even when the phone is locked. Step 2. Use a medical alert device. Franklin wears a discreet pendant. One press of the button connects him to help instantly. No need to reach a phone. Many devices also detect falls automatically and call for help even if you're unconscious. Step 3. Create an emergency escape plan. From gas leaks to kitchen fires or home break-ins, Franklin now has a plan for every room. Flashlight by the bed, a lockbox for first responders, exits mapped out. Because when you live alone, you can't afford to guess what to do when disaster strikes. Do you have an emergency plan in place? Drop your best tips in the comments. It could save someone's life. Solution 3. Strengthen home security. Don't be an easy target. Not long ago, Franklin Moore was watching the news when he saw a story about a local senior who had been scammed and burglarized. The incident happened just a few blocks from his neighborhood. That night, Franklin double-checked every lock in the house and realized just how exposed he really was. Living alone can make you feel vulnerable, but it doesn't have to make you a target. Step 1. Upgrade your locks and lighting. Franklin replaced his worn-out doorknobs with reinforced deadbolts and installed motion sensor lights outside his front door and driveway. Now, if anyone approaches, the whole area lights up. Thieves hate being seen. Step 2. Install a video doorbell or camera. He added a smart doorbell with a built-in camera. Now he can see who's outside without opening the door, and even speak through it if needed. It gives him control, even when he's not near the door. Step 3. Beware of scams. Franklin has one golden rule: never give personal or financial info over the phone. If something sounds urgent or threatening, he hangs up and calls the company directly. Step 4. Use a trusted person plan. If Franklin's unsure about a repairman or a strange letter in the mail, he runs it by his nephew or neighbor first. A second opinion can stop a costly mistake. Because for seniors living alone, a little caution can go a long way. What's one home security upgrade you've made that gave you peace of mind? Share it below. It could help someone else sleep better tonight. Solution 4. Prevent falls. Small adjustments, big safety gains. It was just a rug. That's what Franklin Moore kept telling himself after he tripped and went crashing down in his living room. 1 second, he was walking toward the window to water his plants. The next, he was on the floor, stunned, sore, and scared. Thankfully, nothing was broken, but the fall shook him up more than he expected. Falls are the #1 reason seniors end up in the ER, and for those living alone, even a minor fall can become a major turning point. But most falls can be prevented, and Franklin wasted no time taking action. Step 1. Modify your home. He secured all rugs with non-slip pads and removed the ones that still curled at the corners. He added grab bars in the bathroom and bright LED lights in hallways and staircases. Cords were tucked away and walkways were cleared. Step 2. Strengthen your body. Franklin started doing 5-minute morning routines. Chair stands to build leg strength, heel-to-toe walks to improve balance, ankle rolls to maintain flexibility. His motto: if you don't use it, you lose it. Step 3. Be prepared if you do fall. He keeps his phone in his pocket at all times and wears a fall detection alert pendant that calls for help if he can't. Because one fall isn't just a stumble, it could be the thing that changes everything. Have you fall-proofed your home? Share your top tip below and help someone else stay upright and independent. Solution 5. Stay socially connected. Loneliness can be dangerous. After his wife passed, Franklin Moore thought he was handling things just fine. He liked the quiet, he said, the freedom to eat dinner whenever he wanted, to watch old westerns without anyone commenting. But over time, the silence became deafening. He started sleeping more during the day, skipping meals, and losing interest in hobbies he once loved. He didn't realize it at first, but he was slowly slipping into isolation. And he's not alone. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous and overlooked risks for seniors, especially those living alone. Studies have shown it's just as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises the risk of heart disease and high blood pressure, depression and anxiety, dementia, and cognitive decline. Franklin's wake-up call came during a trip to the hardware store. He ran into Eli, an old friend from his carpentry days. Eli invited him to join a local woodworking club, and to Franklin's surprise, he said yes. That one yes changed everything. Now, Franklin attends weekly meetups, shares stories, laughs, and feels like himself again. Staying socially connected doesn't mean being surrounded 24/7. It just means having someone to talk to rely on, and to remind you that you matter. Whether it's a phone call, a club, or an online group, take the first step. Your mind, body, and spirit will thank you. Have you found a way to stay socially active while living alone? Share your story in the comments. It could inspire someone else to reconnect. Conclusion: living alone doesn't mean being alone. Franklin Moore once thought that living alone meant doing everything on his own. He took pride in being independent, in managing his life without needing to ask for help. But it wasn't until a series of close calls, one fall, one scam attempt, one silent weekend, that he realized something important. Independence doesn't mean isolation, and safety doesn't mean sacrifice. Instead of waiting for something worse to happen, Franklin took action. He set up a daily check-in system. He created an emergency plan. He upgraded his home's security. He made small changes to prevent falls. And most importantly, he reconnected with people who made him feel seen, heard, and valued. Today, Franklin still lives alone, but he's no longer alone. He has a safety net. He has a voice on the other end of the phone each morning. He has laughter waiting for him at the woodworking club. His days feel fuller. His nights feel safer. And his mind is sharper than it's been in years. You can have that too. If you, or someone you love, is growing older alone, know this: you don't have to wait for a crisis to make a change. Start with one small step, one check-in, one emergency plan, one phone call. Because a safe, meaningful, and connected life after 60 isn't just possible, it's waiting for you. Which step will you take today? Let us know in the comments. And if this video helped you, please share it with someone who needs to see it. And don't forget, subscribe for more life-changing tips on health, independence, and aging well.